Hey everybody, it's your boy Carlos here.
And Joseph.
And Gio. And this is the passenger seat.
Alright everybody, hello, how you guys doing? This is the passenger seat here. Now, one of the topics we're going to talk about today is the 25th anniversary of Pokemon. I know we're a little delayed on that, but we're going to talk about it anyways because it's just that awesome.
How can we not, right?
Right, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of experience when it comes to Pokemon games. I do love Pokemon, but Joseph here is more of an expert than I am, and we brought in a further expert, which is Joseph's brother, Gio, which right now he is on webcam with us and here to discuss some of the Pokemon news that came out.
All right. So, Gio, would you like to introduce yourself to our channel?
Well, I'm Joseph's older brother, and I've been playing Pokemon since the onset. As a matter of fact, Joseph is the reason I play Pokemon, and I love it so much.
Nice.
As you might know from seeing our other videos, Gio is the infamous collector of Power Ranger Zords, which I
mentioned a couple times.
Which I infamously threw in the pool. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you put them in the pool without scuba equipment, man.
Yeah. You know.
All right, so to dive right into it, so no time is wasted. I'm gonna jump into a couple questions for these guys to the new games that came out, and one of the ones to start with is the remake of Diamond and Pearl,
which is Brilliant Diamond and
Shiny Pearl. All right, first question for you guys, because I know a lot of people have been talking about this one, the graphics. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, Gio, you wanna take point on that one?
Personally, I think it's a nice little love letter to the way the game was originally released on the DS.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know a lot of people are not too happy with the cheapy-fied look. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't really a fan of it, but I appreciate the attempt for what it was, or what it is. There's definitely a lot of love put into this game. You can tell that there was some serious love for the game. So in that, I appreciate the company that Game Freak handed off to in doing the job.
Right. So I mean, I respect the fact that they want to stay as true to the game as the original as possible. But I mean, I feel like you have to, yes, respect the memory of things, but also try to move forward. And I think that with the technology that they have now and the way they've been making games, they could have definitely taken a step forward to really enhance what Diamond and Pearl is. And Diamond and Pearl is a great game. So why not boost the game to the maximum potential that the Switch can output it on, you know? So graphic-wise, okay, I get it. I respect the fact, but I would have preferred to see something more along the lines of what we're already getting used to with Sword, Shield.
Yeah.
And
the graphics
like
look a lot better in those games. So,
mm-hmm.
All right, we'll move on to the next question. A little bit more interesting question than just the graphics, and that is the Mega Evolutions. And do you think they'll bring them back for this game?
Yeah.
That's a hard question. Although they did bring them in for the Ruby Sapphire remakes because they were part of the Gen 6 generation. I'm not entirely sure that they'll be bringing those back for this particular iteration, only because they're not in Sword and Shield, and they weren't part of the original game. This is looking like a one-to-one remake, or at least a Diamond and Pearl with elements of Platinum in it, which Mega Evolutions and Dynamax and Gigantamax weren't a part of any of this.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's true, because then it raises the question of whether or not they're going to bring Mega Evolutions to Sword and Shield. True. Which they haven't, and they said they weren't going to. So yeah. That's sort of a roadblock in the way. But I would really much like to see Mega Evolution make a comeback, simply because I don't want to get a DS game for the Switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
It feels like, I'm sorry for those of you who are loving the idea of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl on the Switch, but it feels like a cash grab. It feels just like, you know, a way to boost their money gain, and I don't really enjoy that, because if I just wanted to play Diamond and Pearl,
you don't want to copy paste type
right,
of game.
I just played on the DS, and that's it. And we're living nostalgia playing on the 3DS.
Do you agree with that, Gio?
Yeah, I kind of have to. Only because I've played both Diamond and I played Platinum. So I've already gone through that generation twice. If I wanted to play it again, I would just pick up my old copy. It really depends on what they decide to bring it in.
Yeah, and not only that, but the fact of, if you see Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, when those games came out, they were refreshing, even though it was the same game. Like, just the fact of adding the Mega Evolutions and those little details that really accentuated the game further along. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have to agree, because they're not only did they bring the full decks over for the decks at the time, but they also made an interesting way of bringing in those unique Pokemon to the different regions with the Hoopa holes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember the Hoopa rings? Yeah. That's actually a really good point. I mean, not that it matters anymore, because all the legendaries are available anyway through the den raids or whatever.
Most of them.
But yeah, most of them. But yeah, that's it. That's a really good point. But that being said, another thing was presented to us during Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, and it's the primal revolutions of the Pokemon. So what I think would be dope is if not only including Mega Evolutions, but obviously new Pokemon and bringing the old ones back, but also showing us primal reversions of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. That would be amazing. They shoot, I don't know, they might even call it something else, because Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina are way older than Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza.
You're right. You are right.
All right.
All right. I'll move on to the next question. That one was a really that was a doozy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to the next question, which is shiny hunting. Do you think that they'll bring back shiny hunting like it was in the old game, or they'll try to make it like Let's Go?
Ooh. I know that's gonna be a really good topic for you, Gio, because
I'm gonna be honest. It's probably gonna be the way it used to be, where you have to encounter the Pokemon and see if they're shiny. I don't think they're gonna have overworld Pokemon, although I could be wrong.
Right. On top of that, I think maybe like the Pokemon Company has learned their lesson of how crazy out of control things got with Sword and Shield, with the whole den factor that you could pretty much rig it so that you could find
a shiny
Pokemon guaranteed. I think maybe they see that as it took away from the magic of shiny hunting, and maybe they're gonna make it so that you can't do that anymore. You can't exploit it as easy as you could on Sword and Shield.
Well, I mean, if you feel like it's gonna be a copy paste game, there's not gonna really be that many shinies if you're not adding more Pokemon. If you're just adding the original.
Oh, just the ones from the Sinnoh deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see what you mean. All right. Yeah. So.
All right. I guess I'll move on to the next question. If you don't have anything more to say about the shiny hunt, yeah.
Nope, I'm good.
All right.
Cool.
So my next question is the addition of the Battle Frontier. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, if it's not in the game, I'm pretty sure a large majority of the community will riot, because this is something that we've been asking for years now, for the last couple of remakes. It's like, well, where's the battle area? Where's the battle area? Where's the battle area? And Game Freak's like, crickets. And so if you're gonna do a 1-to-1 remake, that area better be in there, or there's gonna be riots.
Yeah, dang. I remember I loved the Battle Frontier. That was a big part of because it was in Ruby and Sapphire, right? The originals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that was really a big part of it for me. Like, going to the Battle Frontier was when I first played Ruby, because that was the one I had, that was a big experience for me. Having this separate area for yourself after Hoenn, where you go and it's just like a theme park for Pokemon battling.
Yeah.
That was a really cool concept. Yeah, and even though I didn't really play competitively back when I used to play Ruby, I look back on it now and I say, like, whoa, like, that sounds even more interesting to me now than it did before. You got anything else on that, Gio?
No, it's just like I remember playing through that and going nuts, just trying to figure out everything. Going, what do I do now? What do I use? How do I get past this?
Oh yeah.
It's like the days. It was still the early days of the internet, so we didn't have YouTube to go to start looking through guides.
Oh, dang.
Right.
All right. So before I move on to the next two topics in hand, do you guys have anything left to say about the remake of Diamond and Pearl?
I mean, as long as it's not it doesn't come off as a cash grab, I think I'd be interested in at least getting one of the copies just to replay the game, as long as there's new things in it. And yeah.
For me, I mean, it's a beautiful love letter, I think, to Pokemon fans, especially those who missed that generation, who weren't around playing yet. I think it's a great idea to show them what the games were, as opposed to bringing forward how the games are. But unless there's something really enticing for me, it's going to be a skip for me. But that's just because I've already played the story twice.
Right.
Yeah. So basically what you're saying is as long as it brings in new players and new generations of kids, then it's good.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll move on to the next topic of the 25th anniversary that they talked about. It's Pokemon Snap. What do you guys think?
I'm super excited about Pokemon Snap. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing the first one, and me being like pretty OCD about things, I know I'm gonna try to fill out the photo decks as much as possible. So I'm really looking forward to that. Plus, it seems like a really tranquil game to play.
Yeah, it's like you're just relaxing.
Mm-hmm. I remember playing the first one. I'm literally fry meme. Take my money.
One thing they added, which I know you guys probably already know this, but it's the photo editing in the game. You can edit photos now and you can share it on social media. What do you guys think of that?
I think that's awesome personally. I mean, although it reminds me of the Days of Blockbuster Video, but yeah, I mean, just the little touches is what really makes that game such a wonderful comeback to.
Yeah, and I think it's a cool addition of, again, us moving forward with technology and having the ability to do that. It's pretty cool.
Oh, we'll move on to the next one, and probably the most talked about in the Pokemon community right now, and that's the open world Pokemon game.
Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yep.
What do you guys think?
Gio, I'm gonna let you take point on that one, and I'll talk about it.
Me
afterwards.
personally, I'm floored. Been keeping track that Game Freak has moved in with Nintendo and with the Zelda crew, and it definitely looks like they're definitely tapping that source, and it looks incredible. It's the game that we've been wanting since the Switch was announced.
So it's like Breath of the Wild.
It's starting to look that way.
Okay. Well, my thoughts on it is that yes, it looks spectacular. My only hope is that it's not rushed. Because it feels like, again, like you said, Gio, it's something that we've all been waiting for since the Switch was announced. I don't want it, and with Sword and Shield coming out and all this stuff, people were still complaining that they're not getting the Pokemon game that they wanted. And so I'm hoping that, Nintendo isn't, and Game Freak isn't rushing into making this open world game, and it just might be too much of a task for them to handle with all the other projects that they have going on. I think the idea is great, personally. I think, I really hope that they get it off the ground and they hit a home run with this one. I did notice that things looked a little bit laggy.
One of the things that fans have talked about, and I'll turn it into a question. People are saying that the game looks unfinished. Like, they just released a trailer and the graphics aren't all the way there. Do you guys think that's true?
Personally, yeah. I think that was one of my biggest concerns. I saw the trailer. It looked laggy. It looked like it needs polishing. So I hope from here to 2022, when it's released, they're able to fix all those bugs and make it come together.
Yeah, it definitely looks like. I can tell you for facts. They are for sure. This is something that was recorded probably a month or two ago with unfinished work and animations that still need tweaking. But this is something that they can do while they're in
Mm.
production. The tweaks can happen and upload fairly easily. It's the rendering that's always the problem. So in this case, I think that what we got was literally a proof of concept. They've been working on this one since they announced uh, Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, most likely. Purely speculation.
Well, let's hope the fans can be a little bit more patient. Wait just a little bit more just for that game to come out, super clean, great graphics.
So before we go, we're just gonna do a quick run through of our favorite Gen 4 starter, a Pokemon in general, and then a legendary.
All right.
Okay, so all from Gen 4, by the way. So, Gio, would you like to start us off?
For Gen 4, my favorite starter has to be Torterra. Hands down.
I actually agree with you.
Man of taste.
Okay, what about just a Pokemon in the Sinnoh Dex?
I would have to say Leafeon as my one of my go-tos. It's been one of my favorite Pokemon because I use it on almost every team.
Interesting. Okay, and legendary or mythical Pokemon?
If I got this right, it should be Fion off of Manaphy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. Those are interesting choices.
Mine, I picked the same starter because I'm just that simple of a guy. I always choose grass. Every time with the starters, I choose grass. It's just how I do it since Bulbasaur. It's always been grass. For my just regular Pokemon, and I know it's probably not everybody's first choice, but it's Bonsly? Bonsai? Is that you say it?
Bonsly? Okay.
Okay. Simply because I love the evolution so much, and he has a funny story between me and my friends that we played Smash, and every time he would come out, we'd call him Gazpacho for no real reason, but his name is Gazpacho now.
Yeah. It'd be a thing whenever we got Gazpacho out. Yeah.
And I guess for the legendary, since I haven't played this one, so I just chose based on I guess the coolness of them, because it just looked cool to me. It grabbed on visually, and that's, how do you pronounce this one?
Regigigas.
There you go.
Regigigas. Yeah, Regigigas is cool. So for me, my favorite starter is Piplup, because he eventually turns into Empoleon, and Empoleon is a super awesome Pokemon. Just regular Pokemon off the Sinnoh Dex, Toxicroak. It's one of my favorite. I love the frog type Pokemons, and I love poison types. So has best of both worlds there. And then the legendary for me would have to be Dialga.
Good choice.
I really liked the design of Dialga. I remember when I first got Diamond and Pearl, they brought the little stylus, and I had the little stylus with Dialga on top. That was amazing. But yeah, so that is our time for today.
Yes.
Hopefully y'all enjoyed it, and y'all enjoyed our guest, Gio, our, I'm not going to say local, but our Pokemon expert on our channel. And hopefully, right?
Hopefully you guys, give these games a chance, even if you don't agree with some of the aspects of it. Pokemon is trying to comply with the fans, try and make them happy. So
yeah. Definitely. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you, Gio, for being with us today.
Always a pleasure.
And we hope you guys will join us here on the next ride in
the passenger seat.